All right, hey everybody. I wanted to hop in here, make an announcement. I am starting an Arborist supply company. So it's been something I've been thinking about for a long time. I've wanted to do it and I'm doing it now. I get questions every day about Arborist equipment, about climbing gear, what to buy, what I think about this stuff. And so I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna start a website. I'm gonna sell all the stuff that I like to use. And then, that way I can just inform people about the gear I like. Eventually, I don't have that much stuff on the site right now, but eventually my goal is that you'll be able to go, it's called sappysupplies.com. My goal is eventually you'll be able to go there and I'll have lots of videos that'll be really informative so that, I'll talk about the gear, the pros and cons. There are cons to all the stuff, and I like doing reviews, and I just think it'll integrate nicely with the YouTube videos. So I started a website. It's called sappysupplies.com. I don't have a bunch of stuff on there yet, but I wanted to show you the first item that I bought that I'm going to carry. It was kind of good timing. I went down to Oregon. I know a guy at Oregon, and he invited me and Gordy to go down there and tour the place, and they showed us this speed cut nano bar and chain stuff. And it ended up being great timing because I was like, dude, I'm literally starting a store like real soon. And so you'll see that the next video that I upload is, usually my YouTube videos, they're like a month delayed from when I shoot it to when I upload it. So the next video that I release is gonna be the first time that I try this bar and chain out. I tried it on my Husqvarna battery saw, it worked really well. So I'm gonna upload that after this one, but it was like a month ago that I shot that. So but I'm excited about this bar and chain stuff because the thing with the climbing saws is what you're up against, the trouble is, you're trying to get the most efficient cutting that you can get out of a very small engine. So this is my 200T, it's a 35cc saw. And so usually they run 3/8 teeth, which are kind of big. I've been running quarter pitch lately, which is a smaller bite, so it takes a smaller nibble of wood, it saves the saw energy, but you can't quite get as good of an edge on it. So this is from Oregon, this is a 325 gauge, so it's kind of a middle ground between the quarter pitch and the 3/8. So it's big enough that you can get a really nice edge on it, and it's small enough that the saw is gonna save energy while it's cutting. It's got the safety raker on there, which you see when this goes around the tree, you see that little bend right there. It makes for a blunt edge when it rotates over the tip of the bar. So it reduces kickback, it makes bore cutting smoother. Oregon said that they did not notice any they didn't notice any demonstrable speed difference running it with and without that safety raker when they were in their laboratory. So anyways, I put it on my saw. I've been really happy with it. I just got back from Pennsylvania. I was working there last week. I got back last night and I was cutting really hardwood, sugar maple and dead elm, black cherry, black oak, really hard wood with this chain, and it was going really well. So I'm really happy with it. And you'll be able to buy this on my website. This is kind of the first item I'm selling. I've got some Petzl stuff on there too, but eventually I'm gonna have everything that an arborist will need, but I'm starting with these bars and chains. So I'll just put it on my saw, I'll cut a couple pieces of wood. I'm here at Gordy's house right now. You like this chain, Gordy?
I love that chain. It was a lot different from the 91 that we were running. It was smooth. It definitely was better on the battery, so I haven't ran the gas powered, so I have no opinion on that. But just side by side, when we were cutting at Oregon, it was night and day. There was no comparison.
Yeah, so we were in the testing lab and they were demonstrating this stuff. Especially the battery saw, you're really trying to get, it's like how efficient can you get? There's not much engine work you can do, even with the small saws. You can't do any engine work with the battery ones. It's really, you're trying to get the best, you're fighting a small engine size, so how do you get the best cutting chain? And I think this is really cool stuff. So when you buy this, it comes in a kit. You're gonna have a sprocket, and you're gonna have the chain, and you're gonna have the bar. And so, another advantage to this is, so standard on the 200 comes with a 6-tooth sprocket. This is a 7-tooth sprocket. So in addition to the chain utilizing less energy because it's taking smaller cuts of wood, you also increase the chain speed by swapping the sprocket. So it's not just switching the bar and chain, you're also switching the sprocket too. So more chain speed, smaller bites of wood, it cuts really well. So when you buy a kit, And you can buy these parts individually on my site too if you just want the sprocket, chain, or bar. You can buy them individually, but I'm selling as kits. Selling them for the Husky battery saw and for the 200, and they fit on a few more saws. But right now I'm only selling 14-inch bars. I didn't have enough money or space for the 12 inches and the 16, so I'm starting with 14 inches, and that's the size that I like to run. And to put it on the saw is really easy. Oregon made a better video of demonstrating it, and I'll have that on my site as well. But to change out the sprocket, all you do, like this is my 200. So it's reverse thread, so righty-tighty. This is righty-loosey on this. You just blast this up. And this comes off here. And it's different depending on the model of the saw. So this is the sprocket. This is the speed. I didn't have my other one with me, but it's 7-tooth. And you don't need to change this plastic deal. This thing runs your oiler. It's got 6, I don't know, knobby things on it. They raise the metal on these so that it actually fits perfectly on that plastic. You know what that plastic thing's called, Gordy?
That's your oiler gear.
So it fits perfect on the oiler gear.
So the sprocket turns the oiler gear, and that's what makes your pump go.
Yeah, so, and then all you do is you just slide it on there. It'll click into place, and then you just, put this back on. And it's lefty-tighty. You don't have to get it that tight because it's reverse thread. As the saw spins, it naturally tightens this thing up more. So
that's about all you need.
yeah, you don't need much.
The other thing with the battery saws, when they re-geared them, they did say that they were getting about 14 to 15 more cuts with the Nano versus the factory chain.
Right, because
Yeah.
you're saving energy.
Yep.
Having a more efficient tooth. It was really perfect timing because I've been working on Sappy supplies for honestly probably like 6 months. I've been working on it, just trying to get it ready to go and be all legal and everything. And then we toured Oregon, and it was perfect. I was like, dude, I'm literally starting a store like this was about a month ago, and so it worked out perfect. So this is the first thing that I bought. So I bought a bunch of these, and it was really cool to be working in Pennsylvania on like really hard wood, because I knew it cut really well out here, and I was a little nervous. I was like, man, I hope it cuts as well out there as here. To be honest, it almost seems like it shines even more in the harder wood, which makes sense, right? Because you're taking smaller bites of wood with the smaller tooth. And it's a really nice shape tooth as well. Like I said, you can get it really sharp with the quarter pitch. I mean, it's really lightweight. But I just felt like I couldn't quite get it as sharp as I liked. All right, we're ready to go.
All right, let's head out in the lot. And action.
All right, let's see how she cuts. I gotta wait a few seconds for the microphone to catch up. So yeah, and I was skeptical about this chain because of the safety raker. Typically, you can see that. You see how it makes it so it's less dramatic on the tip. I was apprehensive about this chain because of the safety raker. So that would be the thing that would deter me from this. But I really think that, at least for this chain particularly, I think it's mostly in your head, because I think this cut's awesome. And everybody that I've asked that's also ran it said that it runs really well. I think probably a lot of guys have stayed away from this chain because of that safety raker. They think it's not professional grade, but it cuts really well. I'm really happy with this. If you would like to buy this, you can buy it at sappysupplies.com.